What's going on, people? Myke C-Town here with my top 15 favorite movies of 2019. Yes, this is a little bit late. I apologize, but better late than never. Right? Right. So, I'm going to try to give a brief synopsis for each one of these films without giving away any spoilers. So, hopefully I don't screw that up. So I actually saw a lot of movies this year, but I didn't really see that many that blew me away. So this list wasn't very hard to put together, to be honest. But yeah, let's get into it. But first, in case you didn't notice, this is my list. This is not your list. If you don't like my list, nobody cares. But you're more than welcome to drop your list down there in the comment section and we can all talk about it. Hopefully keep it fun, maybe learn some shit from each other. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this with number 15, which is Hagazussa. Hagazussa is a German slow burn horror film about a girl in this primitive village and the breakdown of her mind due to debatable circumstances. It's being compared to The Witch in that it's very atmospheric and it definitely sucks you in and you kind of have to do repeat watches to really pull away what's going on. So The Witch comparison is a definitely logical comparison, but I loved watching this movie over and over again to kind of pull away the subtleties and dig into what the film was actually trying to convey. At number 14, we have Lose. This is an amazing German film about a girl who walks into a police station, and without giving away spoilers, all I can really say is a lot of weird shit starts to go down. And there's a lot of atmosphere here because the way they play with fog, the way they play with lighting and things like that, it's just brilliant. And it's brilliant in the fact that it's primarily filmed in one room. And what they do with that one room and the minimal budget that they have, it's mind-boggling. You know, there's a lot of soul in this movie, but this is easily one of the better horror films that I've seen come from Germany in a while. At number 13, we have Wounds. This is from a Middle Eastern director whose name I'm probably going to butcher, but Babak Anvari. Hopefully I got that close to being correct. But he's the same guy who did a movie called Under the Shadow. I forget what year it was, but whatever year it was in my best of video for that year. That movie is just fucking brilliant. But this one is about a dude who finds a phone in this bar and kind of weird and creepy shit starts to happen. And a lot of people were really pissed off about this movie because it doesn't give you answers to every single thing. But if you're a fan of atmospheric horror movies, then I do feel like you'll dig it. And for this only being his second film, I'm totally on board with this guy's vision. At number 12, we have Bliss. Bliss is a weird take, in my opinion, on vampire lore. A painter gets painter's block and ends up getting involved in a weird world of drugs and murder, which pushes her into this world of blood and gore and all kinds of wild shit. And that's kind of all I can say about that without giving anything away. But this film has a lot of style, a lot of substance. I really enjoyed the way they had the story break down. Quality. At number 11, we have Avengers Endgame. I don't think I need to give a synopsis for this movie. You guys have all seen it, but I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. After what they did with Infinity War, I was really wondering how they were going to kind of fulfill the pressure of delivering a satisfying conclusion, and I think they stuck the landing for the most part. The time travel stuff was a little wonky, of course, but the movie's still a lot of fun to watch. At number 10, we have Beach Bomb. I am a sucker for Harmony Korine's brand of randomness, but this movie is so much not about what's going on in the film, but the actual performances that you're seeing on screen. It's getting shit on, but clearly the people that are shitting on this movie don't have any experience with Harmony Korine as a director, because I feel like if you liked his previous films, this is on par, man. This is what you'd expect, but I walked into this movie not really knowing at all what it was about. I just saw the weird list of characters that are in it. McConaughey, Snoop Dogg, Martin Lawrence. And I was like, what's gonna happen here? And I was thoroughly entertained throughout the entire film. The movie theater started off with about 9 people in it. By the time it was over, it was me and 2 other people. So take that how you will. At number 9, we have Joker. Maybe it's a controversial pick, I don't know, and I don't care. Is it an amalgamation of films previously made? Sure. Was it really well done? Absolutely. I love the performances, I love the way the story unraveled, and I really, really loved the beautiful cinematography. At number 8, we have Parasite. This was super hyped up, but I actually enjoyed it a lot. It's basically about a poor family who scams a rich family into kind of invading their home and their space. Once again, I can't really tell you more than that without spoilers, but it's a very detailed, dark drama with a lot of comedic elements. The dialogue in this movie is absolutely incredible. The acting is brilliant. It is not a horror film. I repeat, not a horror film at all. So do not listen to people that are telling you that it's a horror film. Any way you look at it though, it's fantastic. At number 7, we have Knife and Heart. This is a great giallo style slasher film about a murderer who's stalking a gay porn set, which sounds absolutely ridiculous, but if you are a fan of 70s slasher giallo films, I feel like that plot would not really raise an eyebrow. But it's beautiful and it's a haunting film. I'm actually surprised that not many people are talking about it, but yeah, if you're into old Argento stuff, then this is right up your alley. At number 6, we have Us. I don't need to go into detail about what this movie's about. I did a full breakdown review of it, so make sure you go watch that. It's on my channel somewhere. Click it back. But even though I don't think this was as good as Get Out, I still think it's a fantastic film. A lot of symbolism that I feel like if it's missed, I could see people not really enjoying this movie as much. But once you recognize what Jordan Peele was trying to get across, it's just such a dope and thought-provoking movie. At number 5, we have The Lighthouse. This is from the same person who did The Witch, which is Robert Eggers, and I didn't like this as much as The Witch, but I still thought it was a great movie, mostly driven by the incredible performances of Robert Pattinson, who I've just discovered is a great actor. He was always just the vampire glistening guy to me, but he's actually solid, man. And Willem Dafoe, who's I already know is an incredible actor, but it's about these two men assigned to watch a lighthouse who very slowly start to lose their shit. And the way the film was made, it sucks you in and it makes you feel like you're right there with them the entire time while they're losing their shit. But man, this is a great film, a nice step away from what he did with The Witch. So I think that that was a really cool thing because it shows that he can do more than one style of movie. But Lighthouse, top notch. At number 4, we have Jojo Rabbit. This was a very last minute watch. I only watched this a couple weeks ago, but I'd seen the trailer and thought it looked pretty cool, but I didn't really feel like rushing out to go see it. But then a few friends of mine told me that I should see it. And then discovering that Taika Waititi did it, he's the guy who also worked on The Mandalorian, I wanted to give it a shot. And it's incredible, man. It's about a young boy who's in the Hitler Youth, and his imaginary friend is actually Adolf Hitler. And he also finds out that his mother is hiding a young Jewish girl in their house. And that may sound like a goofy premise, and it is a goofy premise, but it's really deep. And Taika Waititi did a great job with kind of flirting that line between comedy and absolutely heartbreaking drama. At number 3, we have Climax. This is Gaspar Noé's newest film about a group of dancers who are rehearsing for a performance when their drinks get laced with LSD, and then it just gets crazy from there in a way that I feel like only Gaspar Noé can do. It's an amazing display of acting performances, stylized camera work, playing with color. The way it makes you feel like you're actually totally losing it is uncanny. At number 2, we have Tigers Are Not Afraid. Wow. Like, that's what I said when this movie was over. It's rare that I see a movie and I can't stop thinking about it for days after, but this movie really shook me. It's this kind of dark fantasy film about a small group of very young children who are left homeless due to Mexican drug cartels, and it's about the interaction with those drug cartels and the children. And when it ends, my mouth was seriously wide open. There are numerous parts of this film that left me with my mouth agape, and it's such a beautiful display of how the mind of a child processes things like fear, things like terror and violence and death. But it's just an incredible, incredible movie. All right, and my number one favorite film of 2019 goes to Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, I changed my mind. This movie is an amazing display of expert writing and filmmaking. It's almost as good as this display of pure, unadulterated psych! 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 Fuck that movie. Nah, for real though. My number one favorite movie of 2019 goes to Midsommar. Yeah, Midsommar is a movie by Ari Aster, who also did Hereditary, where a group of friends travel to an isolated village in Sweden to observe a festival that only happens every certain number of years. And while they're there, a lot of weird, disturbing, pagan, ritualistic things start to go down. And the way the story unfolds is great to me. I think Ari Aster did an amazing job setting up each one of these characters where we would be invested in them. We'd be interested by what they do, as well as shocked when things happen to them. And I love how a movie like this can appear to just be your run-of-the-mill kind of weird horror movie, but it can really be broken down into being a study about isolation, about anxiety, about, you know, emotional manipulation, emotional dependency. It's got a lot of layers story-wise, and it's an absolutely beautiful film that I think really needs to be seen. Is it very similar to Wicker Man? Yeah, it is. But Wicker Man is one of my all-time favorite movies, so I had no problem with that. But yeah, even if you're not a horror film fan, since this isn't a standard horror film, I definitely think you should check this out. It's an all-around brilliant display of filmmaking. So yeah, so that's gonna do it for my list of favorite movies of 2019. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, if you are a fan of podcasts, make sure you keep an eye on the Frames Per Second podcast, which is me and the Dead End guys and the homie Nick, where we talk about movies. We'll all be giving our lists on that podcast. But yeah, that's it for this video. As usual, thank you for living, thank you for loving, thank you for being you, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace out, boy.